What up, y'all? It's your boy T, and welcome back to me. Alright, I deleted some space off my camera. We're gonna keep watching this. Shank that like button. This is all raw, baby. Hold on. The war in the Toronto. Calm down, bro. So where do we leave off? So far, we've left off with Ethan slowly having to cover up for not addressing the elephant in the room. Remember, I'm impartial. Don't kill me.
He didn't like that, but fucking.
Well, let's get some context. He's talking about the tweet.
Inclined for boxing.
I like Idubbbz. He's a good guy, but I don't like this tweet. Stupid. It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism, and also he's.
Bro. This is what I mean by left and right are the same. They both say this. You have to stop elevating people to the freaking highest crime. Could you imagine me? I remember, bro, going for president in high school. It wasn't me, but when two people go for president in high school, what do you think they're doing? They're freaking number 1 and 2. They're freaking kind to each other. They're like, oh, may the best man win. The person who's best for this school, let them be president. Not this. Not some division where the other side is evil. Because I want to say you know that's a lie, but maybe you don't. And that's when it gets even scarier. Surely one of the first things you learn as a kid is that you're going to meet people that think differently from you. People are unique. People have different characters. There's not just one thing that's universal that everyone's going to believe. You got to let people do what they want if they're not hurting others. You got to let people have their freedom. You got to not make people's mind up for them. And you know what, man? People are at different stages in their life. You're not allowed to fast forward them to where you are at. Or you're also not allowed to pretend like wherever you are at is ahead of where they're at. Because it's freaking cyclical. No one's ahead of the other. If you're left, you can evolve into being right. If you're right, you can evolve into being left. It's not about left versus right. You have to stop with this the other side is evil crap. That crap is stupid. That crap hides the truth and blurs the lines for people who are actually just trying to figure out what's going on and know the truth. And the audience is actually going to believe you and think the other side is evil. And it's cool to think that so long as you think the other side is evil. But what happens one day after years of hating them and making their life difficult, you realize they were right. I'm not saying in this example, I'm saying this is the point of stop pushing it to the extremes. Understand where people are coming from. No matter what, try to find the center ground. You can always find the center ground if both people are freaking willing participants. But if you breed a culture where you divide them more and more, you make the other side look more and more evil, they're not allowed to be willing participants. You're not allowed to be a willing participant with someone who's freaking evil, who's freaking Bitler-like. What? Right? How are you supposed to give an equal chance to their topic and their point of view? You're not allowed to. Now you have to start being in denial and not even give them their points a fair ground just because their entire side is freaking Bitler. It depends. I'm not speaking about a certain one. I'm saying both sides do this. Granted, I don't go online. This is just what I hear in the grapevine. Even in freaking Canada with the recent election, it's the same thing I hear, you know? And because it's the same thing I hear, it's so polarized when it's not supposed to be this polarized, bro. I'm telling you, the 2 top candidates are supposed to be like, may the best man win. Oh, I lost this time? Let's give your plan a fair shot for 4 years. I'm rooting for you. Not for the next 4 years, I'm going to attack everything you did, even if it's good. Or I'm going to refuse to look at the good. Bro, all this does is breed a culture of lying. What I said earlier, lying to cover up the initial lie. More and more lies. This is freaking stupid. I don't even know how we got to this. We haven't even started the video.
I used to work with this video editor named Froggy Tonic. I discovered him because he was in the circles online that
I'm talking to like freaking 40 video editors right now. I feel like the biggest player, you know?
And one of those circles is an H3 fan. He watched Ethan's content, he liked Ethan's content, until he didn't like Ethan's content. There would be an occasional Froggy tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that, you know? Like, I'm not gonna endorse it, I'm not gonna retweet.
But you see, this is good. Just because you like someone in the past doesn't mean you always have to defend them. It's so healthy if you can criticize them, even if you like them.
But fair enough.
I guess I just missed my old friend. Some wings are too bird feathered colored.
Now that brings us to February 28th of this year. Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're...
Hila Klein, how do you think you are morally above us when you're just judging people based on where they're from? Okay, oh gosh, okay, I don't...
trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese.
You don't do that, bro. Like, I get it. I read it in a second. Ethan was declining advice there, saying, bro, you don't do that to someone, bro. Clearly, Ethan, like, he cares for the dog and all. He's freaking devastated. You're going to, just for the sake of supporting your side, which is the anti-Ethan side, make this crap up that he, what's the word, declined to take care of his dog. See, that's just not cool, bro. I mean, the more I think about it, if he is on stream, very obviously feeding him cheese and all, like bad treats, it's something that you don't say though, bro. I mean, not you don't say, as in you're not allowed to say it, but he clearly feels bad about it too, right? He clearly regrets it too.
And a bunch of other shit, I'm sure. Ethan, at some point, discovers that Idubbbz' former editor says this horrendous shit about him and Hila. But no one's asking the question, where does Ethan get this information from? You see, it would be very obviously a problem if Ethan was discovering this content by scrolling through Twitter looking for something to upset himself with. He has maybe set it up in such a way where his employees feel the need to send him this information.
Yeah. Why not? This is exactly how the system works.
And that would be horrible. They shouldn't be doing that. They should be sending you things that are entertaining for your show that don't fucking trigger the hell out of you. Why is there so much work being put into discovering this guy on Twitter who's barely getting any interactions, linking him to me and post...
Yeah, so someone on Reddit, Icarus Drowned, tweets this, and you see, bro, you see the polarizingness? Like, look... Bro, mind your business, man. Like, what if one of my freaking 40 editors... I don't have 40, I only have like freaking 4. But what if one of them said something, dog? I have nothing to do with them.
On the Reddit, when there's no work being put into, who the fuck is the person on the Reddit who's posting this in the first place?
A loser, bro. I'm telling you, a loser. So freaking weird. What are y'all doing with your life?
Seems like it's an account whose intention is to make Ethan crash out. One of the users on the Snark Reddit points this out. They're like, I've seen this account before. This account has scraped its history and it's now trying to make Ethan burn bridges. This is within Ethan's own community. Like, this is the thing.
Oh, wow. So his own community for the entertainment is leading him down the path of crashing out. I only recently learned what this means and I forgot already. It's like getting mad, I think. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy if your audience isn't exactly on your side? They just want to pull certain emotions out of you because it's pure entertainment for them. And they don't even know what they're doing is bad, maybe. Maybe they think it's good if they pull those emotions. You want those emotions pulled out. You want content, so you want to be mad. Bro, this is crazy.
Critical of. It's not me. So yes, I am willing to admit that my former editor was being very nasty, uncharitable, and fucked up towards Ethan and Hila on Twitter. But Ethan and Hila are doing the same shit on their podcast. So I don't want to fucking hear it.
Terrorist supporter.
The CEO of Twitch.
Pedophile.
I'm gonna assume all those are, if he put it in the video like this, they don't have freaking proof for that, which is exactly my freaking point, bro. Why do we take these things to the extreme? Now, let's say me and Mo are running for YouTube president. Could you imagine if the next day, today we're running, tomorrow I'm calling him every radical thing possible? That's freaking Mo. Just to polarize, just so I get people. That strategy, I'm not saying it needs to be banned, but it needs to be heavily taught to be a thing, understood, and taught to not do. You know, taught to be the freaking devil. Don't do this. Don't demonize an earnest side that's just gonna criticize you in good faith. And then you do the same back. All it does is create a cult following on both sides. And when it's a cult following, it gets harder and harder to switch sides or just not be completely loyal to their side. It's like freaking vegan versus carnivore. Like if you're a freaking full vegan, you have to be the most vegan crap possible or the community's gonna hate you. Or if you're full carnivore, you have to be the most carnivore. There's no middle ground. They're freaking cult followings. This is universal in every freaking crap in this world. And it is the most annoying. Anyhow, so far, Idubbbz is seeming level-headed. Interesting.
Watch and respond to the 2 podcast streams where Ethan and Hila call us spineless cowards.
Anyway, this guy was saying shit like that Hila's a Nazi, that she kills kids, that she went on like, she's a IDF baby killer, all this types of shit. And that's showing up right up on us Nisa's and Idubbbz feed. My good fucking friends who I stood by.
I see, that's the context. Wow, that's like a freaking movie. We had the flash forward and now we have the context. So this is what Ethan said Idubbbz had to stand up and say, I don't support. I can understand your point. When all this hate is being bred, it would be so helpful if Idubbbz just said, bro, please don't be doing that crap. What I guess I have to say next is he's not obligated to. And you're not allowed to be mad at him if he doesn't. You can say it's effed up if he doesn't. But you can say, I respect that he didn't want to be involved. That's the answer. You're allowed to say, bro, that's so effed up, you didn't support me. You can even DM him that.
After all these fucking years, can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
You don't know what's on my feed. What the
Exactly, I was gonna say, so you're assuming that Idubbbz is fully allowing it. That's too much. That's too much like words in their mouth and assuming their stance. You can't do that. You have to be in good faith. If you were in good faith, you would have just DM'd. It's like magic. As long as you stay in good faith, it's not a universal law, okay? Obviously, some people step on you and crap. You got to be careful. But you just generally stay in good faith. You trust in love, not fear and hate. And it will lead you to so many good freaking pit stops. Like the first pit stop would have been you would have DM'd Idubbbz and been like, bro, here's the situation. There's all this hate coming out. It's coming on my name, and it's linked to your editor. I know you don't have to speak up, but could you help me out of this? Just to get rid of some of this hate by speaking up and saying you don't approve of that. I just want to get past this whole hate season. You know, that's all he had to do. And I don't want to say he chose not to because you don't know how effed up people's minds are once they're deep in this freaking crap, right? But that's why I'm saying you have to have the good faith in the first place because you sometimes, or a lot of times, you don't know what to trust in terms of your own emotion, your own thought process. You can only trust something you told yourself earlier that you're going to stand by.
For all you know, I only use the For You tab. For all you know, I only use lists. For all you know, I'm seeing these things tweeted out by my editor of a year and a half ago and saying, God, that is nasty. I'm just not going to throw someone away because they're having a parasocial weird moment. Just like I'm not going to throw...
See, that's also true. Freaking silence is golden. You don't have to... Bro, if Idubbbz... The more Idubbbz is like, I'm going to do the right thing and stand up for all these... Every single time something bad happens, Idubbbz stands up for it. He's going to burn bridges himself.
Incline away because he's having a parasocial weird crash out.
How many women I fucked? Hassan, by the way, thousands. Yeah, thousands. Let me ask Galia. These shoes do not go.
There's no freaking way. That's disgusting, bro. Hold on. Ethan left this platform because he's terrified of people correcting him. That's why he won't have any of the countless content creators he smears his... This is a freaking headache to me, bro. Dang, man, this is what the content cop was about? What was Keemstar's about? He called him a gnome. That was so fun. Or what was Tana's, like she made up, or she was sugarcoating the story. That's fun, bro. Catching people in a little white lie. This is the crap that pissed me off about the world. This and freaking Pokemon.
Hassan, by the way, thousands. Yeah, thousands. Let me ask Galia. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Hassan's the type of dude who watches himself in the mirror when he has sex.
You suck.
Oh my gosh. And I call Pokemon subreddit, Twitter and all unfunny. That's quite literally the jokes they tweet. So when I say the internet is dead, everyone's copying each other's opinions. So is freaking him and jokes. That joke is so ass. And also, let's just crack that joke down. What if you worked out on your body and you're proud of it? So you look at yourself in the mirror. It's not as weird as you think. You make it sound like I do it, okay? I'm just saying, you can de-weird it. And you realize it's not even a diss. Like, dang, if someone is so... Imagine someone is fat, okay? Let's say fat in the sense that they unhealthy and they want to lose, okay? I don't know. And now a year later, they've lost so much weight. And they're looking at themselves in the mirror as they bang. Yo, they're freaking proud. You see, bro? I do not get it. I don't freaking get what I don't do it, man. Like, I don't know why I'm defending it so much.
That's what I'm... Wait, how does he know I'm watching already?
Because you've been talking about it for the last 5 minutes.
It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like, this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry.
There are many people.
I don't know if he did, but how can words just flow out of... How could, like, these crazy level words just flow out of the mouth? Imagine saying that. When you say it out of your mouth, unless you believe it, I can't say it unless I believe it. I'll feel so bad saying something so strong like that for no reason. I wouldn't be able to sleep almost. It depends. It's just like what I said earlier. Everyone is different. Some people can do it in sleep, I suppose. But this is why you have to allow people to have other opinions. This is why there's not one universal truth and everyone has to follow what you say is right because you've uncovered the truth of the world. If it was that easy, bro. What are you, freaking Jesus, man?
Sure, who have unfollowed you for the things that you have said and done. And I'm sure there are even more people who have stayed following you because they don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. They don't want to throw someone away because they've had some hard moments. We're all fucking human.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why?
See, that's effed up. You can't pull your friends in for... But if it depends. If you're in a real adversity and you desperately need help and none of your friends are helping, I can understand. But I'm not sure that's the case.
Can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
And what you're saying to me is that I'm a bad friend and I'm a piece of shit. I'm spineless. I'm cowardly.
Wait, they'll get murdered? That's another freaking extreme. That's so effed, bro. Like, there's a way to say that as a joke. Like, bro, I ain't twin. I'm gonna die. Someone gonna kill me. Versus the way he said it, which sounds freaking legit.
I'm a bad friend and I'm a piece of shit. I'm spineless. I'm cowardly because I am
not burning the
following
bridge.
Someone on Twitter.
Because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people harassing me and everyone in my life. It's that people outside of this group, journalists,
yeah, no harassment's good.
creators, are actively participating in this gaslighting to make it seem like I'm fucking crazy.
I mean, I don't know what
I don't think he's actively participating.
At here. Like, yeah, people are gaslighting you. A lot of people gaslit me when I apologized. That was actually like...
Yeah, I remember that. It was cool to freaking hate Idubbbz. Do you see what the cult following does? Once Idubbbz stopped being edgy, which I think put him more right, look what happened. Look how everyone freaking turns on him. Remember what I said. Left doesn't come after right. Right doesn't come after left. It's cyclical. I've never heard anyone say this online. I freaking think these thoughts to myself, then I come online and it pisses me off when everything is so predictable. If Idubbbz wants to go from being more right to being like, dang, man, I don't like the things I said. I have more compassion. It sucks. I used to be able to make these jokes, but now in my heart, it doesn't feel good to make these jokes. And he makes this apology. I didn't see the apology, but I'm assuming that's the gist of it. You let him be. You're not the one who knows the universal truth that edgy Idubbbz was better. Look how freaking happy he is here. You don't know if edgy Idubbbz would have actually ended up in a dark place in this exact moment in 2025. You also don't listen to the freaking viewers and fans. If Idubbbz relied on the validation of his fans and all, which can be a tough situation, maybe what H3 could be going through when he has a podcast and he has the memberships and all. If Idubbbz didn't be like, bro, I'm sticking to myself, F the fans, bro, You have to do that to not be in a dark place.
A lot of people gaslit me when I apologized. That was actually like the #1 type of harassment I got, was people gaslighting me and taking my newfound woke ideology.
Yeah, bro, it was incredible. He had so much. I swear the video was like 66% dislikes. Everyone, it's quite literally a betrayal. It's a betrayal of not looking at him as a human. Looking at him as the character. Or perhaps the worst parts of both of those. Everyone thought he devolved into being left. Or something with his girlfriend and all. I remember bits of it. Bro, things might seem simple to you from the outside, and potentially a lot of times they are as simple as they look. But that's as far as you can get. You don't know the rest of the story. And I think universally it sucks to go from a place where you're able to make jokes to a place where you make yourself unable to make certain jokes. It sucks to almost censor yourself. Like if I started swearing and then I stopped swearing, it sucks. That's limiting. That's really the furthest you can take that, right? But that's something he willingly did to himself. And I remember the internet not only disliked him, but as far as I knew, they betrayed him so hard that his views dwindled so far. Like all they liked Idubbbz for was for edginess. Yeah, don't get your validation from out there, man. You don't even have to be a YouTuber. You could be a Twitter user with 6 followers. And the tweets you're posting when you're stuck refreshing or on your Instagram and crap, it's the same crap. You don't have to be a YouTuber to be stuck in this validation loop. I swear in like 2016-ish, when I was getting so many views for just reacting to Sun and Moon trailers, I'm like, bro, I hate this. And I freaking stopped. I was getting like 500,000 views just for reacting. I don't freaking want that. Obviously, I want the money. I'll go back for the freaking money, but there's something it does to your mind. As a YouTuber, I just wanted to know I could win. I don't want to stay winning. That's too much. It's too much to be there winning. It's exhausting. And it has nothing to do with freaking imposter syndrome or anything. It's just exhausting to win. A lot of people just want to find out, can they do it? And I found that I could. And I don't want to do it. I remember every single time my videos would do well, I sabotage myself. Not willingly, but I'm like, I'm not uploading, bro. F this. It loses fun when it's not as personal. And who knows? The version of me in 2016 that was getting all those views, if I continued that to 2017, I don't know where I'd be. In whatever way that freaking means, bro. Money and fame is not the freaking... It's not why you're put on this planet. It's very appealing, especially when you don't have it. Once you freaking taste it, you're like, bro, what the frick? F that. There's so much more to the world. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, they want to taste it first. Oh, am I not gonna die, dog?
People gaslighting me and taking my newfound woke ideology to its extreme.
I probably done and stood by Idubbbz and Anissa more than anybody. I've stood by them when all the internet hated them.
I don't like...
You stood by them. Wow, bro, it's great you said it. It's great you said it out loud. You're not supposed to say those things out loud, bro. You're not supposed to help someone and say, I helped you, bro. You don't get someone a $1,000 gift and be like, yo, I got you that $1,000 gift. No, you shut up. You never mention it again. That's how it stays golden.
This up because it makes the relationship feel very transactional. Like,
boom!
You
know what? It's in the video. It's predictable. Not him. The entirety of the character that he's been forced to play, Ethan.
We're just meant to support each other online despite our own personal morals or principles.
But I'll say this, I don't think they're fucking any friends of mine. And certainly I don't think they're any fucking friends of mine based on the text conversation I had with them too before.
Bro, friends don't support you through anything. Friends tell you the truth. Or friends don't lie to you at least. If your friends are lying to you, those aren't your freaking friends, bro. That's your freaking cast around you potentially. That's what freaking Logan Paul had around him when he went in the forest. That's not good. It's very helpful to be in an echo chamber of positivity. It's extremely helpful. But hopefully you're aware you're in an echo chamber. As long as you're aware in your echo chamber, enjoy it. But if you freaking forget, you're effed.
And talked about it. So I have nothing. Like, I don't need any fucking halfway friends, man.
I thought the text conversation that I had with him was very empathetic. I basically just said, like, I know you and Hila are experiencing a ton of harassment, and I essentially empathize with that, and I think there's something positive to get out of the conversation. But he refused to talk on the phone unless I was willing to publicly say something about my former editor and denims. As much.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if that, because there's clearly a response to this video. If that's true, then it's no longer this. It's a freaking reality show. I need you to participate in the reality show, not apologize to me or have my back behind the scenes. I need you to have my back on the freaking reality show. Bro, fame is effed. That's the other side to it, right? Some people sabotage themselves once they know they can do it. Some people, in the good wording, they're born for it. In the bad wording, their head is too big. Stuff like Logan Paul, bro, he's in WWE and all. He's going to great places. He's also making a bunch of mistakes. But if you get rid of the mistakes, he's going to great places, right? It can lead you well. It can lead you effed up. And it can lead you effed up in this situation. What the frick? How the frick? What happened?
Halfway friends, I also don't want that kind of halfway friend. I don't want someone who's
That's not a halfway friend, bro. That's a freaking demon. Imagine, now that you've seen his character, a lot of times that's who they are deep down. So if you piss them off deep enough, that's the demon that would come out. Imagine sleeping in the same room with that. Now remember, I guess I'm piling on Ethan here because I'm only seeing this video. So I think we're going to swing the pendulum back as we go on. But that's what the situation is so far.
To give me like an ultimatum to have a conversation.
Could you not say something when this is like, imagine like one of you guys is like, Hassan actually wants to go to Gaza so he can strangle Israeli babies or some shit like that. I'd be like, you imagine me not saying something.
It's not a reality show, bro. Bro, I am not online pretty much at all. Could you imagine your entire life is online? On this reality show. Like, you don't even want to freaking play games or talk about certain topics unless it's on the show. It just gets deeper and deeper to the point where you don't want to live your life unless the whole world can see it. You want to be a freaking Kardashian. I don't even know what that means. I don't know the first thing about a Kardashian. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I sensed coming. Because, bro, I'll always get these emails from Google managers saying, let me manage your YouTube channel, push it out. And I always run away from those like, no. I'm not trying to be famous. I'm trying to have fun.
To make a one-to-one comparison where there isn't one. This guy that I follow on Twitter is not in the same relationship as you and one of your current employees who is streaming with you 3 days a week, 3 hours a day for the past 10 years. At one point during the stream, Ethan and Hila bring up Adam McIntyre. Now, Adam does...
Hey! Drew McIntyre! I'm so freaking sorry for that. Who is this? Ooh, I don't know what's going on, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Do the same thing as my former editor. He's critical of Ethan and Hila, and he is sometimes uncharitable and nasty towards them.
Adam McIntyre needs to just like disappear. That guy is a piece of shit, like of the lowest order. I never even stood by him when he talked bad about Trisha having a kid and called him like the spawn of Satan.
Oh man, that does get weird when you got an audience and all. I do think she meant disappears and just like leave us alone.
Supposedly on our side, I would never even co-sign that. I was disgusted by that statement too. I remember when he called her kid the spawn of Satan.
I never said anything
and
like
I was
that.
supposed to be like cheering on, but I wasn't going to cheer that on. That's disgusting.
Why do we forget that he called her children, which is something we would never do, the spawn of Satan?
It's disgusting. He's a piece of shit of a human.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good.
Bro, how is calling something the spawn of Satan bad, but saying these crazy extreme words, these labels to people not? Calling something the spawn of Satan is almost like a metaphor, almost meaningless. If you see where I'm going with it, versus just putting that the extreme label on them when you have this audience that's got them polarized. Both are effed up. Both are effed up. I'm just trying to find some nuance.
In this story, you know, it's really something.
Unfortunately, they never made a statement. They never said that they disagree with his statements about Trisha's baby until it's useful. Like, what is it, 3 years later? Like, I mean, you're talking about it like...
Oh, they never talked about it when it happened. They only talked about it when they needed some juice. 3 years later? Oh, shoot! That's reality, bro. That's looking through the court case documents to win your lawyer crap.
Time, and that there was some amount of pressure or enthusiasm for you to get down with that. And what it sounds like to me is that you did see it at the time and you were like, ooh, I don't like that. And you didn't endorse it and you didn't fuck with it. Huh. It's almost like that is a fucking identical situation to me.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this.
See? Who's the good guys? Of course, you think you're the good guy, regardless of where you are in the world, bro. This is a crazy rabbit hole to get down once you're in this mindset.
You know, it's really something.
So yeah, the reason I'm bringing this up is because they're trying to like paint themselves as the good guys, and they're saying like, yeah, we strongly disavow things that are said, even about our enemies. We are the most immoral people on the internet. Unlike Ian and Anissa, who are fucking keeping to themselves. Also, why the fuck does Olivia get the pass?
What a fucking asshole for putting you in that position, Olivia. You're friends with him. And you don't have to say anything, but like, what a fucking piece of shit. What a bad friend to put you in that position just for some fucking out. It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit, okay? Olivia did not do anything. And
I want the pass.
All right, y'all, 2%. Shank that like button. I gotta go before this crash. I'm gonna keep reacting to it. I almost want to just upload this freaking raw, bro. I'm so freaking lazy to send this to an editor. But it's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, don't let it crash. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Peace, peace, peace. Go!